Today, we're talking about a small and simple mindset shift that has the power to completely change your life.
Life is beautiful.
All right, this has become one of my favorite quotes of all time. It comes from F. Scott Fitzgerald. Okay, he has a very smart sounding name, so listen to this quote. The test of a first-rate intelligence is the ability to hold two opposed ideas in the mind at the same time and still retain the ability to function.
Wow.
How good is that freaking quote?
Why do you love it so much?
Because I really think it's so true. The test of a truly intelligent human being is the ability to hold two opposing ideas in their head at the same time and be okay with that, be able to sit with the truth of that. Like, the first thing it makes me think of is politics, how there's like X versus Y all the time. It's like both have a perspective, both have truths in them. The ability to see the duality in life, at least from my own personal experience of the 30 years that I've been on this earth, is like, those are the wisest people. The people who understand that there are two sides to every
You're
coin.
basically just saying someone who's open-minded.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But the ability to hold two opposing ideas in this at the same time is a little bit more specific than open-minded. Anyway, the reason I love this quote and the setup for today is because yesterday we talked all about basically not taking action. We talked about stopping from taking action in order to reflect and to plan so that you can take better action moving forward. Today we're talking about not stopping taking action, which is a completely opposing idea.
Yep.
But I wanted to start with that quote because it is possible to hold both of these ideas simultaneously in your mind and to have the wisdom of both.
Yeah.
So today we're going to focus on the other side of this coin, which is not stopping taking action. Okay?
Okay, so tell me about it. What's on your mind?
So I think that there is such a power to making a habit of going above and beyond what is asked of you and to become so obsessed with whatever it is that you're doing that you don't stop taking action into the late hours of the night, that you wake up early and you just keep taking action and action and action and action without stopping. I think there is such a power to that. And a perfect example that happened that I want to share is we have this goal that I've become obsessed with, which is growing our email list.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason we want to grow our email list is because we know our ultimate goal is to become New York Times bestselling authors. That's like our ultimate highest goal in our business right now. And the way to get there is by having a big enough email list so that once you launch your book, you have all these people ready to buy it. And so I was really obsessed with this, and I was starting to get really pissed off because that's kind of what happens when you get obsessed with something and you're not there yet. It's like starts to get frustrating, and that's what drives you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was late at night one night, and I was looking at the email numbers, and I was diving into our email newsletter sending platform, and I noticed something really interesting. I noticed that there was about 2,000 email subscribers that weren't getting our emails because they were never, quote unquote, confirmed onto our list. Basically, we sent them a confirmation email, and because they never clicked that first link, they never got an email ever again. So I removed this confirmation thing, and all of a sudden, our email list doubled from 2,000 to 4,000, literally with 1 minute of extra effort of me digging into this thing that I would have never done if I wasn't completely obsessed and not stopping taking action on this thing.
Yeah.
So 1 extra minute of work unlocked 100% email growth in a minute.
That's pretty amazing.
I thought it was such a crazy story.
That's a great story. When I was in my corporate job, I remember they had a speaker come in. Do you know the NFL Hall of Fame quarterback Roger Staubach? I think that's how you say his name.
Negative.
But you know how most people that come in to speak, you basically forget everything they say.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one thing that he said that I will never forget. He said, "There's no traffic jam on the extra mile."
That's exactly what this episode is about.
And I swear to God, this was like maybe 15 years ago at this point, but that quote that he said that day was stapled to my brain. There is no traffic jams on the extra mile, and that's where all the magic happens.
100%. I agree with that wholeheartedly. This shows up in a lot of different domains, but staying on the sports, so that guy was a Hall of Fame quarterback. If you look at the statistics of like the top athletes, those small margins at the very top have the biggest returns. So, for example, in horse racing, a horse that wins by a nose earns roughly 10 times the prize money of second place.
Wow.
So, a nose of a margin gets 10 times more. Do you see these little margins? Those little margins only happen when you follow this principle of going above and beyond what is asked of you. And this is not just in work. This is not just in sports. This is in your relationship. Rather than just showing up and doing what is expected of you, what if you do more than what is expected of you? What if every day your wife, let's say, or your husband washes the dishes? What if you go and you wash the dishes without being asked? What is that going to create in your relationship, right? These little things, these little moments of going above and beyond, these little moments of going that extra mile are where all the juice of life really live.
And I think there's real power when you create the identity of someone who goes the extra mile.
100%.
Because then you start showing up and trying to find places where you can do that.
And you start to shine brighter than anyone else. And not only that, you start to feel great because you have this standard of excellence. And when you have a standard of excellence that you really follow every single day, you feel very proud of yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're doing everything that you can. That feeling of knowing that you're doing everything that you can, you're going above and beyond what is expected of you in every domain of your life. You know that you're doing everything you can, and there's no greater feeling than that, in my opinion.
I agree with you. Another sports analogy here that nobody talks about enough is the difference between a 250 hitter and a 300 hitter is one extra hit per week.
Oh, you're talking about baseball.
I'm talking about baseball.
250 average, you're saying?
A 250 average hitter versus a 300 average hitter. The difference is one extra hit per week.
Wow.
And just to give you perspective on what that actually means long term, one person who bats 250 is easily replaceable on the team.
Yep.
The person who bats 300 over their career is an instant Hall of Famer.
Yep.
We're talking about like Derek Jeter, Ted Williams, like the greatest of all time.
It's the difference. Yeah, one extra hit a week is the difference between a couple $1 million a year and $300 million a year.
Exactly.
So I think we've nailed this point home. Let's wrap this up with a call to action. Whether it's at the gym, at work, at home with your family, with your partner, aim to be extraordinary today. Go the extra mile. Do more than what is expected of you, and watch the extraordinary returns that come when you become extraordinary.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
Love you.
Peace.